I was on that hill there. No. But I remember being shocked by the violence. When I filmed this 25 years ago, I didn't know that it was going to be so important. It's satisfying to have filmed something that helped create this place. I think it's important. I'm one of the few witnesses to this. So I think while I'm still alive, I think it's important to come back, support the family. Serbian vehicles, Serbian soldiers in blue camouflage, that some of them were sort of militia, police soldiers. There was still gunfire going on, and you could see there was houses burning, and this house was burning. As we started to go, we were shot at in 2 bursts. 30 rounds, so it was 2 bursts of an AK-47 Kalashnikov rifle. They have 30 rounds, so it was about half each. And in the first burst, I felt something hit me here, hard on the stomach. I thought, oh shit, I've been hit. But I didn't really feel pain, and so I knew I wouldn't be able to speak to my wife, and she would see it on the news. I didn't want her to be frightened. And so I rang her, or I thought I could, and I noticed that my telephone had a bullet in it. We went back to the Grand Hotel and we edited it, put it into a piece, and it was my job to then take the tape. We used to use tapes then. I had to get that material to London quickly, and the only way we could do it was through the Serbian television service. And then you could send it by satellite. Now you guys, you cameramen, you can put it on a little chip, you send it on the internet. Well, we didn't have that. What we had was we had to go to the Serbs, and so you could only get it out through the Serbs, and they could see it, but they couldn't see it beforehand. And this was normal in television then. You know, all the television companies in the world had agreements where you could go in and you could put tapes in, and then they would send it back, and then they charge you. I remember we gave it to the Serbian lady who was managing what was called the feed station, and she put the tape in and pressed play, and we could see it was being sent, and it goes via Belgrade. So it went Pristina, Belgrade, Belgrade, London. But it's live. So if it's left Pristina, it's in London. You know, it's like a half a second. And so she was watching this. And at first it just was nothing. And then her eyes were opened. And then I realized she didn't know whether to stop it or something like that. But she didn't. The bodies of the Jashari family were taken to Skanderaj on the edge somewhere, and they were all laid out, and the journalists all came to see them. But I remember being shocked by the number of people who had been killed and the manner of it, how it had happened, and how the whole family had been killed. You know, if it hadn't happened, perhaps the independence wouldn't have happened. It's hard to see how it would have happened. Now, it's not the only thing that happened, because there were other massacres too, and there were all sorts of things that made it happen. But this started it. This did something very important. And I don't believe it could have done this without the pictures. Good morning. I think the footage has certainly enabled Albanian independence, yes. I do believe, I'm 100% sure, that to get NATO involved, you need to inform the West. They need to see images, pictures, video. Is how you communicate in the modern age, or certainly how you did then. Maybe it's social media now. But you needed images so people could see it. These pictures were seen by everybody, Albanian abroad, you can imagine. It was very big news, and also they were seen by diplomats, they were seen by politicians. You know, you asked me, how does it feel? Yeah, I'm pleased. I am proud of filming this. Yes, I am proud of filming this. I'm proud that something happened, something that saved lives came out of it. And I'm very pleased that Kosovo Albanians today, they have a future they didn't have then.